Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to give you your August 2016 general readings. I am using the Gilded Tarot deck, still drawing 8 cards for the month, 2 cards for each week, with an additional 9th card representing your crowning energy overall feeling for the reading. Make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well, because if this is your primary sun sign, it may not resonate as predictably for you in what's going on with your life now as your rising and your moon sign. And you may also find, like I do, that each of your 3 signs resonate for you in different areas of your life. So, for example, I find that my sun sign resonates more predictably for matters of work and my public life, and my rising sign I tend to relate to a little bit better for my personal relationships, and my moon sign more for deeper innermost kind of stuff, feelings and fears and whatnot. So check all 3 to get as whole and definitive a picture as possible. Thank you to those of you who continue to watch and follow and listen and subscribe. Thank you so much for all the love and support and feedback. I love reading your guys' comments, particularly the ones that speak about how the readings resonate for you, for those of you for whom that applies. I, of course, don't have the time to respond to each and every one of them, but I do read all of them. You guys are great. Keep that up. And thank you always, a special thank you to my personal clients, both my first timers, my repeats, and my regular ones, and those who I have yet to work with. It's an honor and a pleasure always. Thank you for the trust in interpreting and intuiting the cards for you. And thank you to my regular clients for keeping me updated on how the readings play out in your lives. And if any of you are interested in a one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the little About button on my YouTube channel's homepage. That will give you a little more information in detail on who I am and what I do and what I offer, and my email address. You can contact me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I do readings full-time, so I'm able to get back with you quite quickly and schedule a reading quite quickly. I'm always asked about turnaround time, and it can be anywhere from as soon as a day, sometimes due to rescheduling, or 4 or 5 days, but almost always within a week, depending on live or recorded and coordination of time zones, but almost always within a week. So for those of you who are interested, I would be delighted to work with you. Send me an email and we will go from there. So moving right along, this reading is for Aries for August 2016. Aries, August 2016. God, Spirit, Angels, Guides, show me the energy for the beautiful fire sign of Aries, the Ram, for August 2016. What does the month of August hold for Aries? Our restless ones, the babies of the zodiac, the adventure seekers. Aries, what does the month of August 2016 hold for you? My nose is itching. Aries, August 2016. Okay. We begin with the Queen of Wands, there you are, followed by the Knight of Cups, the Tower, followed by the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Cups, followed by the 3 of Wands, and the Ace of Swords, followed by the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And from the bottom of the deck, your crowning card, overall theme and feeling, we have the Ace of Pentacles. That Ace of Pentacles has been, I think, in almost every single one of the signs I've done for August so far. I think a lot of people are moving or having tangible new beginnings, and it looks like you are too, Aries, although I think yours is more focused on that. I think it's actually coming for you. Let's just take a look, Aries. Okay, let's begin. So we find ourselves at the beginning of August 2016 with the Queen of Wands, followed by the Knight of Cups. So the Queen of Wands, I'm reading this as your energy, Aries. The Queen of Wands is governed by fire. Wands is governed by the element of fire and air. A very dynamic suit. It's a very active suit. It's all about that drive, that inspirational, creative, passionate drive that propels us to put action behind our dreams and thoughts and ideas. The suit of Wands is about manifesting. It's about change, movement, action, power. It's very action oriented and forward moving. And the Queen of Wands, Queens and Kings represent individuals, energies, but individuals who have reached the mastery of their suit, the achievement of their suit. So this Queen of Wands, she's very fiery, passionate, creative, enthusiastic. She's a go-getter. She does not rest on her laurels for very long. She is not indecisive. She decides what she wants. She decides what she's going to do, and she immediately goes and does it. She's very inspiring. She has a lot of charisma, attracts people to her. She's very good at inspiring people and delegating to get the job done. She's very loving, very passionate, again, very fiery, very assertive individual as well. Sometimes the Queen of Wands' challenge is in working with other people or compromise and negotiation because she has her own way of doing things and she often feels that's the best way of doing it. But in the upright position, a very positive, cheerful, exuberant sort of person. And I'm reading this as your energy coming into the month of August, Aries. For some of you, this could represent another fire sign in your sphere or coming into your sphere around the beginning of August. This would be another Aries or Leo or Sagittarius. But for the majority of you, I feel like this is your energy. Now, the Queen of Wands is accompanied by the Knight of Cups. So Cups is governed by the element of water. Cups is a suit all about that watery, fluid world of feelings, emotions, love, and relationships. Knights are the bringers of the tarot, and they're typically associated with a fair amount of speed because they've evolved a little bit further than the pages have, but they still tend to be sometimes quite spontaneous and impulsive. And being the ones who are always sent out on missions and quests, they're known for charging in. When you see a knight in a reading, particularly in the upright position, it often means something being brought to you or you bringing something to somebody else, but often something being brought to you, an offer or an offering. What would this Knight of Cups be offering or bringing? Well, he's the Knight of Cups, so he would be offering love. This would be an offer of love or emotional support. And I feel like some of you, this is going to resonate as you being the ones that you're making an offer to somebody else, an offer of love, an offer of emotional support of some kind. It's an offer that's loving and that's backed by love, compassion, sensitivity, a desire to help, to be a source of support and comfort. For others of you, this is going to represent somebody else in your sphere or coming into your sphere that's offering you support, love, guidance through something. And this could also represent that this person is a water sign because it's Cups governed by water. Their sun, moon, or rising could likely be in water, which would be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Now, next to that, we have a more challenging combination of cards. We have the Major Arcana card of the Tower paired with the Eight of Swords. So it looks like some of you are feeling trapped by something that either is happening, something that has recently happened, or something that is going to be happening in the first part of August. For some of you, as represented by this Tower card, for some of you, this is going to represent someone close to you is going through a very difficult or challenging time, as represented by the Tower card, which is a Major Arcana card. Fingers of the divine, they do represent those divine energies. And the Tower card represents, it is energy coming in, something coming in externally, which you have no control over. Your power and control lies in how you choose to deal with it and the decisions you make around it, the actions you decide to take. The Tower card can represent an unexpected, unforeseen, kind of out of the blue thing happening. Often people look at the Tower card and they automatically view it as something negative because often the Tower card represents the removal of something from your life, a situation, a person, a relationship, and it usually happens in a very sudden, unexpected way, and it's usually viewed as negative because it it destroys something, it ends up removing something, someone from your life. The key to understanding and utilizing the energies of the tarot card is to recognize that while the event itself, or whatever it is out of our control, it's an external thing coming in. Whatever is being removed or destroyed doesn't belong there. It's either served its purpose and needs to go, or we made a choice to bring it into our lives, and it absolutely is not part of our karmic path or destiny. We've learned what we needed to learn. Typically, we've been given opportunities by God, Spirit, your angels and guides, to walk away from this thing or remove it from our lives, and we've been unable or unwilling for whatever reason to do so. So the energies of the divine come in and something happens and it ends up getting destroyed and removed. It could be something that we feel is foundational, solid, stable. This man was living in this tower. It was his home. But as you can see, this out of the blue, unexpected stroke of lightning has come in and hit this tower and destroyed it, and he's falling out of it completely naked, which implies a large degree of vulnerability. But what he thought was stable and foundational really wasn't. So it needs to go all the way down to the ground so that something real, beautiful, and foundational can be built in its place. This can represent a situation, a relationship, a person, you know, an event, something happening. So it looks like, again, this is going to play out differently, and it may not resonate for everybody. But this could be represent something that's happened very recently, that the energies are still lingering. Something that was challenging, painful even, the removal of a situation, a person, a relationship, going through a really challenging time where you just feel like you're not really sure what to do. It's just difficult to deal with. This could be something that happened recently you're still struggling with. It could be something that's happening in the first part of August. And it could be that somebody close to you, this is happening or has recently happened to someone close to you, and you are that one that night of offering that Knight of Cups, that emotional support. But it looks like somebody, but for those of you for whom this is you going through this really challenging thing, somebody is offering you support. This Knight of Cups is being a source of support, a source of love, kind of an anchor for you during this challenging time, which has you feeling kind of held hostage or trapped somehow. Because that Tower card is accompanied by, oh, I wanted to just go back and wrap up with the Tower. The key to moving through the energies of the Tower card is to understand that the circle of life, the wheel of life, the wheel of fortune is always turning, and whether we view it as positive or negative is simply a matter of perspective. If this thing doesn't belong there and it needs to go, in hindsight, you're going to look back and think it's the best thing that ever happened to you. But that's very difficult, sometimes impossible to see while it's going on. But understanding that the wheel is always turning and that it's a matter of perspective, and trusting in divine timing, trusting in divine orchestration, that everything's going to work out fine in the end, allows you to view the energy of the Tower card in a more impartial way and move through it a little easier and a little more quickly instead of struggling with it quite so much. It's the key to understanding it. Whatever is being removed or that you're struggling or being challenged by, or someone close to you, it's meant to happen. So understanding that and accepting that will allow you to move through it a lot easier. But it looks like for some of you, for a time, it may have you feeling kind of trapped because it's accompanied by the Eight of Swords. So Swords is a suit that's governed by the element of air. So Swords is a suit that's all about things in that airy, intangible world of thoughts, ideas, words, how we look at things, our mental outlook, perspective, belief system. You can see that the woman in this card obviously feels like she's held hostage, but the energy of this card is illusionary. You can see she's completely encircled by swords, like held hostage, just ringed in by them. But the gaps between the swords are so wide she could easily walk through them. She's on her knees, which implies a sense of helplessness, vulnerability, feeling like a victim, but nobody is pushing her down or holding her down on her knees. She's bound at the wrist. She has chains wrapped around her wrists, but they're not actually connected to anything, and nobody's actually holding them. With a simple twist of her wrist, those chains could fall off and she could stand up on her own 2 feet. This blindfold represents a feeling of not knowing what to do, of feeling helpless, powerless. There's nothing you can do. But again, it's illusionary. She could easily stand up, take the blindfold off, let the chains fall off, and walk through and away from whatever it is that's making her feel trapped. So remember that, Aries, for those of you for whom this applies, this thing that you may be struggling with or going through in the first part of August, or that happened recently that you're still struggling with, or somebody close to you, is this feeling of feeling trapped, held hostage, that you can't get away from it, that there isn't anything you can do. It is illusionary. We all live in a free will zone, and we all have our choices to cut ourselves free from this, because for you it is about moving away from this. It is not serving you any longer. And again, it looks like you have a great source of support, or you are being a great source of love and support through somebody else through this. Now it looks like you get it, or the person that you're helping kind of walk through this gets it too, because around the middle of the month, time being fluid of course, we have the 8 of Cups followed by the 3 of Wands. So the 8 of Cups, again, that emotional suit, relationships, love, feelings. The 8 of Cups is a card of walking away, of leaving it behind. And it is not a decision-making card. This card represents the energy being at a place where you've already made the decision to just cut yourself free, to walk away. You can tell this man has definitively turned his back on these cups. He is dressed for travel. He has his hat on, his cloak on, his walking staff in his hand. He's already decided, made the decision to walk away. He's just deciding which direction to go in. You can see on the ground behind him are these 8 cups. Some of them are tipped over and spilled out. Some of them are upright and full. The implication being that he has tasted and drunk from most, if not all, of these cups. And while at the time he may have found them fulfilling, rewarding, delicious, satisfying, at the end he discovered he was disappointed by them. It wasn't what he thought it was going to be. It turned out not to be where his joy and fulfillment was. It just wasn't what he wanted. It wasn't serving him. So he's made the decision to turn his back and leave, to walk away from it very definitively. So it looks like whatever this challenging situation is, this event, this relationship, I mean, it's going to play out differently, and it's, you know, we have 2 wands, 2 cups, 2 swords, 2 pentacles. It could really be resonating in any area of your life or somebody close to you, life, like your partner. So again, you'll have to take the energies and apply them as and if they apply to you. So, but it looks like you're walking away from this energy, this Tower card energy, which is exactly what is needed, because whatever the energy of the Tower card is removing or dismantling needs to happen. And you are not trapped by this circumstance. It needs to happen. And accepting that is going to allow you to move through it a lot easier, because you are moving away from that into what? Into your future. That 8 of Cups is paired with the 3 of Wands. Again, that fiery suit of movement, change, forward action. The 3 of Wands is, of all the cards in the suit of Wands, the 3 of Wands is the most gestative in patience, but it's still very forward moving. It's a card about having put everything that you can into something and kind of waiting to see what the outcome is, but very future thinking, forward thinking. You can see this man has these 2 wands planted in the ground behind him, and he's holding on to the 3rd one, and he's watching this ship. Now, these wands represent all the energy that he's put into something, and he's waiting to see what the ship that he sent out is going to be bringing back. Is it going to be full? Is it going to be empty? Is it going to be half full? It's a card about building successfully, moving towards your future. You've done everything you can, and now it's time to move forward. And it could resonate as waiting to see what the outcome of something is, but I feel like, particularly with this combination of cards and the cards around it, for you, Aries, it's about you're cutting yourself free from something which turned out to be not what you wanted, dissatisfying, painful. You're cutting yourself free definitively. You are turning your back, walking away, and you are moving forward into your future. It's a very strong, empowering kind of feeling, and I love seeing it directly following this Tower and 8 of Swords energy, because it's like you get stuck in that for a minute, you feel trapped, but you're not. You take the reins, you take the power, you get behind the driver's seat, and you go. And it's often in new beginnings. You are the third or fourth sign so far that's had two aces in their readings. New beginnings, moving forward. At or towards the end of August 2016, Aries, we have the Ace of Swords, followed by the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So, the Ace of Swords. Swords again, thoughts, outlooks, perspectives, belief system. Aces are beginnings, new beginnings, the potential, the seed, promise of something which comes in and is kind of an aha sort of thing, but it has the potential to grow, to blossom, to manifest into something beautiful. The Ace of Swords would represent new beginnings, new outlooks, but mental outlooks, mental perspectives, because it's that suit of swords. A different way of looking at something. This could represent the aha moment. The suit of swords is fairly impartial in terms of emotions. It's about thought. So this ace, this sword comes in, this Ace of Swords comes in, and it cuts away all the extraneous illusion, fantasy, exposes something for what it actually is, the reality. It's like that aha moment. You see something for what it really is, and it gives you a different outlook, a different perspective, a different way of looking at it, and it promotes a new beginning, a successful new beginning. It allows you to move through and away from whatever this challenging situation is easier, and it helps you overcome this feeling of feeling trapped and feeling insufficient in self-doubt perhaps, or insecurity, feeling left out in the cold, because that Ace of Swords is accompanied by the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So in the upright position, Pentacles is governed by Earth. So Pentacles is a suit about things in our earthly, tangible, material environment like money, finances, property, resources, assets, etc. You can also apply that same energy to spirituality, love, and relationships. It's more about tangible energy or tangible results of effort we put into something. In the upright position, it speaks of insufficiency, lack, not having enough, or being afraid that you're not going to have enough, being left out in the cold. In the reverse, again, paired with this Ace of Swords, Aries, this new beginning, this new outlook, this new perspective, this assertive new walking away, this new way you have of looking at something as you're walking into a new beginning at the end of August, away from all of this, whatever it is. You're overcoming this sense of feeling trapped and held hostage, overcoming this sense of feeling out in the cold, of not having enough, not being enough, etc. You are cutting yourself free from that. And it's beautifully underscored by your crowning card, which is absolutely wonderful. It is the Ace of Pentacles. This is your crowning energy. Again, that earth energy of Pentacles, something in your tangible material sector, or something that feels very tangible. Aces, again, new beginnings. This often comes up when people actually physically move, or physically relocate, or physically go somewhere else traveling. Some of you, this moving away, this walking away could literally be physically moving away, or just going away for a while to get a new perspective, and it's going to help you get a new perspective as well. This is new beginnings in your tangible, visible sector, you know, like a new home, going on a trip, a new job, however this resonates for you. But it has the potential to grow into something beautiful, and something that has good, strong, rooted foundations too, because it's Pentacles, it's that earth energy. And this is crowning your whole reading. So really quite a powerful and beautiful perspective. Yes, there's the Tower card in that Eight of Swords, but it does not at all look like you get stuck in that. It looks like you see it for what it is, something which needs to go, which needs to be completely reborn, and you are cutting yourself free from it and moving away. You're getting back in the driver's seat. You're seeing it through new eyes, and you're moving away from this fear, this insecurity, this insufficiency, and you're moving into your future. You have two aces. It's a beautiful, successful combination. So good for you, Aries, and way to rock that fire sign energy. So Aries, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope you have at least found it useful and insightful for you. And if any of you would be interested in a one-on-one reading with me, again, you can click on the About button on my YouTube channel's homepage, and you can also email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would be happy and delighted to work with you, and send me an email. We'll go from there. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August 2016 mid-month readings. And until then, stay strong. I love you, and have a beautiful, happy, and peaceful life. Thanks for watching, Aries, and I'll see you soon. Bye.